Now, Bitcoin is sitting at 74,300. I've been saying since Valentine's Day that this is going to be the first relief rally that we're going to see since the October top. Local bottom is incented. Now, the market is actually a little bit confused, but we do have some massive runners. I told you on the show 7 days ago that this is the confirmation for long. I said that I'm targeting $75,000 as you see it up here. And that is what just got hit on Bitcoin. Here's the concerning part, and here's why I think Bitcoin can get to 45,000 very soon. If you look at data from the past and you look at all the uncertainties, which we're going to talk about throughout the video, Bitcoin is up 8 consecutive days in a row. It only happened 15 times before. One of them was 2022, March 22, 29. Then Bitcoin fell 60% over the next 80 days. Now I'm gonna show you exactly how this from 2022 March, having a 50% drawdown, a 46% pump, and the 60% drawdown is aligning exactly what we're seeing right now. A 50% drawdown, a retrace to the daily OB at 45%, and possibly another 50-60% down to the mid 40s. So this is what we're gonna talk about, and I tweeted this, and I stand by it, that when they call for new all-time highs, when they call for the local bottom, when you return to watching YouTube videos, when they call for generational longs, that is when the final dip comes, and I do think that is actually pretty close. Guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is 𝗏𝗏, and I do these daily updates every single day. They are 5 to 10 minutes long, so I do think it's worth your time. Subscribe to the channel. 22% of you are not subscribed, so again, now smash the subscribe button and turn the bell notifications on and join in the community because I update you on all the trades and whatever I do. Also worth to mention, we're gonna talk about the oil trade, which is just coming through, so lot to unpack. Let's get going. Very important. Couple of things to go through before we jump into the charts. 300 million shorts were liquidated in 24 hours. Now again, this might be a lot, but you know, we had billions and billions of liquidations, but the market has been pushing, and it has been pushing enough for these liquidations to happen. Ships are passing through the Strait of Hormuz. This is probably one of the main reasons why we do see there were some ships that were passing through, and we do see some kind of resolution. Now I know that Trump is, so no one really trusts anymore what Trump is saying, but he says that there is deals going on, there is discussion about the deal going on. That kind of eases the market, and that's why risk assets, including Bitcoin and crypto, has been raising. But also it's very important that I'm not buying. Why? One, Trump is a little bit all around the place. Like, I think he's under a lot of pressure. One, he says everyone should help us join in opening the Strait of Hormuz, and then 4 hours later he says, oh no, we're the strongest country, we actually don't need them. He says one thing, he says another, then you know, generals say one thing, and then he says another. So it's kind of getting into a bit of a shit show, and all that uncertainty packaged with the chart that is basically screaming that we're gonna go lower. We're gonna go a little bit higher before, but ultimately we are going to go lower, and a lot of people are going to get trapped. Is the golden ticket what we need to see? Now, there were a lot of people. First of all, I admire this guy. He's a very cool guy. He's a very cool trader. But you know, when someone calls me out, I can't do but punch back, bro. I can't do but punch back. This was February 19th, and I basically said that we're going 75, 80K before lower, before 60K. I was like, no way, we're going max short is 75, 80K, and he's saying he's going to next short. I agree with him, but it says no chance we go 75, so I'm sending you a message from him, my brother. We are above 75, and it does feel good. But we're gonna talk about oil as well. Let's jump into charts because I'm super keen on showing this to you. So a couple of things here. One of them is I want to take you back to this 2022 thing, okay? So if you look at 2022, what happened is that again, you can just take these, but you rarely see 8 consecutive candles all the way up in a bear market, and when that happens, they get slammed down and liquidity is building up. One of them is, if you look from the top to the bottom, that's 53 days, right? 53%. So if I look here, and if I pull the same one from the top to the bottom, it's 53%. And then I go, okay, well, there was a bounce here. This bounce, how big that bounce was? Well, it was 46%, back to the daily OB. Now, you might be wondering, 𝗏𝗏, why did you pull that daily OB? And it's not just random. It's because that is the first time you see 3 consecutive candles. There is no 3 here, no 3 consecutive candles. Here, no 3 consecutive candles. So the first time you actually see an order block with 3 consecutive candles is up here. Therefore, that is one of the levels that I've been looking at. When it comes back and then it made a lower low, after that lower low, it basically plummeted 62%. So if you look here, 62% would put us down here at around 15,000 at a time, 68%. So if I play the exact same scenario here and I pull this and I say, okay, so well, we're gonna have a retrace to the daily OB. Why? Because this is the first time we have 3 consecutive candles. That means we're going to have a 46% rally. The exact same thing we had in 2022. So then you say, okay, well, what happens if we go down 68% from there? And then that would put us to around 20,000. I do not think that's happening. Anything can happen, but I don't think that is happening, even if the market starts correcting in the stock market. I do believe that the bottom should be between 40 to 50,000, but no one knows. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm here to tell you that we are going much lower, and I do believe that this will be a very, very, very great shorting opportunity. Now, can it happen from here without pumping even more? Yes. Do I think it will? I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm looking at. The one thing that I want to do here, you always want to trade the 1 hour to 4 hour chart when you're looking at a daily equilibrium. The reason why it came back 50, every single time it came back 50, again, these shows, by the way, are designed that you have to come back every day, right? So if you come back and you don't have 5 to 10 minutes, well, find 5 to 10 minutes on the bus, in the car, in the office, in the toilet, whatever, find 5 to 10 minutes. This is why I turn on notifications, and this is why you're here, because I build these shows one on top of another. So I explained this a million times, but I'm going to do it again, that if you look at this, every single time markets retrace, whether in the lower time frame, higher time frame, they retrace 50%. So you can look at these levels and just simply see that every single time there was a retrace onto the 50% levels. So you can simply pull these and then see that every time, even in the bear market, in the bull market, there is a retrace to 50%. And that 50%, here was no 50% retrace, so that 50% must be between the daily OB, which is actually this level took liquidity from here, so this is a very, very, very strong order block. But again, this did not have a 50% retrace, therefore I identified by taking this high, taking this low, and taking the daily order block high and the daily order block low, or the daily low. So that means that this is the range that I'm actually targeting. The range is this. This is the range. The range is between 75,600 to 78. This is where we must see a reversal. This is the baseline for the reversal. So can we go higher? Yes. Do I think we're gonna get a reversal before we touch into this, which happened? No, so we didn't have a reversal. I've been saying this for the past week. But ultimately, can we come all the way up to 86,000 or even 94,000? Yes. Would it still be extremely bearish? Yes. Why? Because what I just explained. There have to be a daily high close above before I can confirm a full reversal. That means before we have a daily strong close above $91,000, I'm not even interested in taking a long position. I mean, on the scalp level, yes, we're gonna talk about it, but I'm not gonna call for a reversal. I'm not gonna, go all in because it doesn't make any sense. I'm rather preparing for a short, because that short, if I take and we go just sub 60, that's a 25% short on a 2x leverage. I'm banking 50%, basically very, very risk with a very little risk and very high risk reward. So what I'm looking at is the 4 hour and the hourly chart. I need to see an hourly market structure shift happening from here. This is what I told you in the community. If you're not in the community, join in because one, you watch the shows, and then in the community, which is free, I update you. It's gonna get paid at some point, but not now, so it's worth joining in. Okay, so that said, if you look here, I am looking for an hourly market structure shift. Currently, the hourly low sits at 72,863, right? So this is what I'm looking at. If we break and close below here in the hourly, I have to take a short position. I have to. Even if it gets stopped like here, got stopped, fine. I don't care. Why? Because there was liquidity taken here. This is a very, very strong level. Market structure shift, market structure break to the top. And if we see a reversal here, a market structure shift to the downside, I have to take a short position. High goes, stop loss goes up here. And if we retrace, I'm gonna add. If we get stopped, no problem. I'm gonna wait for another opportunity. Until then though, for those of you who are scalping, including me, this is a great long opportunity on a scalp level. Why? Because this came back 50. So this closed above there. This came back 50. So all I need to see a 5 or a 15-minute market structure shift. When that happens, that will happen up here at 74,468. When that happens, this is a great long on a short time frame. This is a great long. 2% stop loss, and you can target all the way up to $78,000. I am going to take this long. If I see a 5-minute market structure shift, I'm going to let you know in the community. And ultimately, only taking scalp positions. I'm not going to leave this for longer, and I'm going to leave it for, whatever. Until I not see a 1 hour market structure shift, I am going to long. And if I see it, I will get stopped on my long position, and I will take a short position. TLDR is the following. We retrace, the market retrace on Bitcoin, and I'm going to jump into oil. We retrace 50% on a daily. We have touched on to some supply here, which is most likely sufficient enough to send the market lower. We can go all the way up to $90,000 and still be extremely bearish. I go down onto the hourly chart and I want to see first an hourly market structure shift. That sits currently at 72,876. If that happens, I am going to take a short position and I'm going to target sub 60,000, which is about a 20% trade, right? If I don't see a close below there, until I see a close below 1 hour chart, I am going to take long positions based on the 5-minute market structure and based on the 5-minute market structure shift. If there is a close above 74,477 today, I'm going to take a long position, keeping stop loss down here below the 1 hour low, and then targeting $78,000 or above. We will see, but this is what it is. I genuinely believe we're going sub 60, but rather sub 50. So about $45,000 to $50,000 is the ultimate low that I believe. Unless we have a close above about $94,000, $92,000, and that's solved. Let's talk about oil because it's super important. I've been calling oil to come back to the 50%. Now, again, same thing. If you watch the shows daily, you know this, but oil has been retracing 50% at all times. Like I've been guiding you through this. We went through this. Every single bounce here, you can look back on the 15-minute chart, has eventually retraced to 50% and bounced off of the 50%. Nothing shows this better than this. So this ultimately came back 50, showed a market structure shift on the 15-minute chart, which is here 3 consecutive candles and a higher high. And from there, came back 50, bounced again, and then didn't come back 50 from there on. So this low down here is basically the ultimate 15-minute bottom, and we need to see a retrace to the 50% considering that level, which is down here at 81.2. So that 50% lag is around $90. And I even posted in the community yesterday, I said that oil is coming back. We took 50% point of waiting for a retrace. If it happens, we'll get in heavier at 50%. So what I really want to see here is I want to see a retrace all the way down here to $90. It was very close. So when I said this, oil dumped 10%, absolutely insane. So it is very close, but I still want it. It's a liquidity inducement trap. I would not be surprised if oil came back to 50 at 90.6. If it does and shows a market structure shift, I'm going to heavy long. Again, talking about heavy long, I'm going to post about this as well. I don't think it's playing out today. Maybe it's going to push higher and then the 50% going to be higher. We will see. But oil is definitely something you have to keep an eye on. 2 things: you need a platform to trade oil. 𝗕𝗘𝗣𝗢𝗢 is our partners, non-KYC, available worldwide. They are in Singapore. I know the team. We work with them. They are partners on the channel. I have taken, you can trade oil. XTI is the ticker. I'm trading on there. Realize, I gave you all these trades, by the way. Realized 722 and unrealized is $900. The good part about this is that I'm going to take size when oil comes back, or even if you want to trade size in Bitcoin, they have an incredible deal running, meaning if you deposit 20,000, you get 2,000 in bonus. If you deposit 50,000, you get 5,000 in bonus. If you deposit 100,000, you get $10,000 in bonus. That means money that you can trade with, basically risk-free. They give it to you if you deposit, and then you can test the platform, and if you like it, you can stick around. Go and check them out. Again, I'm trading here every day, so it's worth checking them out. Otherwise, guys, truly appreciate you. It's been a little bit of a longer update. We'll try to keep them shorter. Let me know in the comment section if you love this. Come back tomorrow, join the community. Links in the description. I'll see you in another one. Take care.